Hi Aquarius, welcome to New Era. My name is Emma. Aquarius, this is your love reading starting today on the 18th of April, and I've asked for your love story for the very near future, what's going to happen from now and your very near future. And I haven't put an end date to it because if you find this a month or 6 months or a year later, and you feel like it resonates with you, it's still your reading, and you might count it out if there's an end date to it and energy doesn't feel the dates of it. It's just we that put that in. And I started to incorporate the number, rather the frequency of the number, into the, like, using that as a foundation for your reading. So today's date number 18 is gorgeous because it's number 1, it's all about new beginnings, and the 8 is like, it's an infinity sign, it's a figure 8, so it's like probably one of the strongest frequencies of any number. And so it's a strong manifestational number. I do this because it's like a heaven and earth, so above, so below, with the figure 8. And then combining those two, we have 8 plus 1 equals 9, which is an ending. We're speaking about new beginning, infinity, and an ending. And lately, number 9, in terms of love at least, or anything really, but we usually add this expression unconditional. So unconditional love, it's very unconditional whatsoever, but it's a love reading, so it's some sort of unconditional love going on for you. So that's the basis of your reading, which is absolutely gorgeous. And I cannot leave out the fact that the whole of April is a number 4, which is the heart matter. It's a heart center, and it's a foundation that's being built. And for everybody, the collective right now, we're in a 4 year, because it's 2020 that adds up to a 4. And I feel a lot of, because stuff is going down, literally going down, we're asking so much to get up, which is like asking for the love vibration, really. And the whole year is all about raising the vibration. So it speaks enormously about the love that is going on right now, or that we're raising right now. So it's for you specifically, Aquarius, it's a beautiful energy. And we're in the Aquarian time, and yeah, it's just beautiful. So let's see specifically what's going on for you for the upcoming near future. And if you don't like the shuffling, please fast forward. I'm using the Archangel Power Tarot cards by Doreen Virtue. Aquarius, love story, near future. I was gonna say. Cool, those two came out next together like that. Cool. Wow. So yeah, awesome. Magician number 1. So we have strong number 1s because we have the number 18 today. We're starting that with a 1. So we have like a 1-1 situation, an 11 situation, sort of a portal situation, going through some things, stepping through something, starting something over. Don't mind too much that the card is being reversed. It's the program in the computer that does that. In the future, I won't have it that way. The Magician, yes. So whatever love story is going on in your life right now, however it looks, whether you're single and you want to meet somebody, whether you're separated and you want to get back together with somebody, or you're already in a committed relationship, it's a strong energy around you. You're carrying a very charismatic, high vibing energy, because it's a magician, and the magician for me is all about like having had a life where you, and in terms of your love story, obviously now I'm talking only about your love story. In terms of love, I feel like you've reached this place, or come into this space around you, into this time in your life where things are finally starting to make sense. You just don't become the magician overnight. It's not a go buy a certificate or I'm just gonna purchase that online and then I'm a magician. The magician energy is something that I wanted to say earn, but it's just because it's like a building up energy due to things happening in the past, and for you to open up more and more and more and more and evolve more and more and more. And so you probably have dealt with some heavier stuff when it comes to relationships. It probably has not been an easy ride for you, but it's still somewhere, some way, deep down, a choice by you, and you love the place that you've entered into. You love how you've become this person. So now it's time for some magic. Now it's time for some magical relationships. Now it really is opening up for you to, I don't want to say that everybody else is going to have crappy, boring, lame relationships in their life, but there is something to it that, you know, the deeper down you've been in the gutter, the higher up in the heavens you can come. And that goes for everything. And so it's sort of like the more in hell love-wise you've been, the more to paradise for your relationship you're going to be, because you've added on so much. It's the same with money. It's sort of easier when it's something that's very tangible like that. If you feel like you've been on the bottom financially, when a magician card comes out, you literally usually have been on the bottom in almost every topic of your life. That is just the theme of the magician, I find, anyway. So in terms of your love life, if you stay there, it's something about, I'm just using this as a metaphor, as a analogy, that if you've been completely on the bottom financially, if you've been struggling to pay rent, if you've been struggling to pay your bills, to even get food, or not seeing where the next, you know, where is the money going to come to buy whatever you need to buy, or if you are able to pay rent, is not extra left over for you to go get a haircut, or forget going on a vacation, or, you know, it's just the restraint feeling. And each time you feel like you can't pay something, or each time you have a wish that you wanted to do something, you create this. And if you're resonating with this reading, if you're resonating with being sort of having a magician-like energy, what I'm telling you right now is really old news for you. You know this back and forth. You've written the book on the topic. It's like, then you know that each time you fail to pay something, a huge wanting, a huge wish has gone out, sort of has been created in this love form, or in this energy platform. I would like to think of it as an energy platform, that each time you think of something, that thought carries a frequency, it carries a vibration, and it doesn't, you know, just vanish. It is actually right there. It actually then starts to exist with every thought that you have. And so just imagine the type of love relationship you've put together for you due to things that's for everything you ever wanted through any relationship, even those that were quite good. Even from when you were 8 years old and you were just, you know, asking 3 people that week to be, that was my story anyway, you know, am I together with him? Am I not? I don't, did he say yes or did he say no? It wasn't even an issue whether they say yes or no. It was just a bit of a hassle to you know, it was easier. I would say it's easier then. But then you keep adding on. Then maybe like, it sounds easier to be with just, and I'm not joking now. That's how you start to like, okay, 3 is a bit much. And I don't even know who I said yes to, or if they said yes to me. I prefer to have maybe 1, it's easier to remember, and 1 that I like. And maybe that he's a bit cute and kind. And you just keep adding on and adding on. And as you grow older and you realize who you are and figure out who you are, and you figure out what you want, and the bigger type of love that you want to have, I'm not saying that you need to feel any sort of pain to reach this level, but I'm saying that you have to sort of reach this kind of broad. And I feel like some of you guys now are starting to like, I just want to know where my, like, so maybe that is not resonating with you. Okay. I don't mean to sound harsh here now, but this this reading is not for everybody. It's a very spiritual reading. It's a lot about how you've grown and how much you are willing to step into that new energy. And it's all about becoming that energy to attract now the person that you want. And if you're losing interest now over hearing this, it probably isn't your reading. I'm just going to be honest. But if it ignites you, if it puts passion, like finally we're speaking what it's all about, then definitely this is your reading, and you know exactly what I'm talking about. Then you have, throughout the years, you have attracted people that might be also friends, because of in just any type of relationship. That could have been you're dealing with some hardship even through your parents, or you're even through, who hasn't, but it's like it feels like those are the biggest teachers of all. Like, what did I think there when I chose them? I love my family today, I just have to say. There's been a journey though. But there's like you keep expanding, meaning you keep attracting people into your life. And you might wonder sometimes, what on earth, what am I doing wrong that I keep attracting this? You didn't do anything wrong. You did everything right. And as I said, that is 11:11 on the clock. So it's very much in alignment with where you're headed right now, the path in this very moment. It's almost like it's led you to this very moment in your lifetime, to step into this new energy right now, to this new love story right now, that you've attracted people in the past or situations in the past. It doesn't even have to incorporate a person for a long, like we're calling it a relationship. It's just easier to say that. It doesn't even have to require a long-term relationship for you to find that out. You can meet somebody one night at a club or at a bar or at a restaurant, or somebody's bringing along a friend, and it was something about that friend that really made you ask, either like, oh my God, they're so beautiful, that is what I'm looking for. Or the opposite, like, oh my goodness, like, thank God there's a person for every person, because they're not my person for sure. And then you add yet another thing, but you don't judge. Like, that's why I say the misconception I feel sometimes is that it almost feels like when we say no pain, no gain, that is bull crap. But I know a lot of people has lived through that. It certainly has felt like you felt it like pain, and it's been sucky and crap and all of that leading up to this point. But I do want to say from here on out that you can choose, and you can understand that it's just a preference that you use for a while to stretch even more and to expand it even more and to get into what you want to get into, and then to stop, analyze, or judge the situation as a good or bad situation. It was just sort of a proportionate. Wow, this is right up my alley. I love this. This is my type of reading. So I'm really happy with who's ever connecting in here today. That makes me have all these come through. What was I saying? Before I was a bit lost there in how gorgeous this is. Please come back. Oh, thank you. So the equal amount of is like equally proportionate. So the bigger the question, the bigger the answer. The bigger the problem, the bigger the solution, right? But we don't have to judge the question. It's just a question, but the question could be of such magnitude. You have a huge question, or it feels huge to you. It's not an easy question. When does the store close? You can easily find that out. It's not too much energy in it, but it's like, why is there life on Earth? I would say that's a rather big question. So there's big energy in it, and so it's equally big energy in the answer, if that makes sense. You've done that with your love story, Aquarius. There's somebody who's out there now being sort of molded and put, like, if you're imagining having a sort of a clump of clay, you've been sculpturing it throughout the years leading up to this very moment, is what I feel. That's really profound. And on the bottom it says, you can manifest the life you want. What you need will magically appear, successful beginnings. And I absolutely adore that. And I just want to say, I just want to give you some credit, because it says what you need will magically appear. Yes, it will. It always will. If you're in alignment with the wish that you have, it just has, if it just bees, if there's something that just is, when you say, how did you know that? I just knew. And when you just know something, there's no escape for the energy. It's like there's no coming in, like if you don't really know, it's like there's an open-ended, you can start to bring in some, but it's like when you know, and then it just has to be, and that's how it is. But it has taken you some time to get there, so I'm going to give you some props and credit for that. Pat yourself on the back. So however that resonates for you, whatever, and it could be that you're in a committed relationship as well, and you reach this place now, and maybe you've been like really wanting to see some difference in your relationship. You've been having wishes and dreams for you and this relationship and for you guys together, and you reaching this level is now finally starting to bring that together for you. So however situation, whatever you're looking for, it can be for all. And then I just want to say the rest of the cards out here is green. It's a green color 3 times over. And green for me is all about the heart, strong heart energy here. So the heart matter, heart energy center is really in on it. We're at the right place. And just spit there a bit, beautiful. And then foundation. The green is all about the foundation and the whole type of love. So we have first the 7 of Raphael, and again it's sort of like we're just continuing on, because here we have the rainbow. You're playing with the rainbow there. If he wants to focus there a bit, and then we have a rainbow in the back. And then we have a double rainbow there. It's just a double rainbow. And then we're stepping into this next card. And it's almost like the rainbow has been divided just into these little buckets of each color. This is a strong emphasis on the rainbow. And if I were to talk only about you, I would say that your energy center is really starting to align. It's like you sort of can't step into this magician energy and not be fully aligned, because it takes quite the person to become one, to be there. This 7 of Raphael speaks about a completion. So I think it's a completion of you. It says on the bottom, and I am drawn to that. It says on the bottom, no, it does not at all. Time to make a decision. Be clear on what you want and take action. And this is a need for detoxification. It might be that you have toxic people in your life, or that you've been dealing with a toxic person and they just got to go. Time to make a decision, be clear on what you want. There's something to that. Guys. And there's a lot of ducks there. So we're getting the ducks in a row. Like we're organizing our life. We're getting our stuff together. We're making it work. We're looking into a situation now that looks way, 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 way brighter than it has been in the past. And there's something about, I just have this sort of, Aquarius, it's like you have a choice to go back. You have a choice to go into a relationship that I feel has run its course. And obviously you have the power, you hold the key, you're the responsible one for your life. So sometimes I'm compelled to say something, and it's a general reading, so it doesn't fit for everybody, but sometimes like people could come into my life and they would say something that is the complete opposite of what I want. And sometimes you just want to hear that, because then it becomes so clear that no, actually I do. When you're saying that and you get a knot in your stomach and it's like, there's nothing true about that this is not what I want. It actually helps me really to understand that I want it. So use that strong because it's not sort of even a suggestion. It's like, no, I feel like it's run its course. It's over and it's done. So it's not even sort of a question. It's almost like I put it out there as a statement. Thank you. That took a while. A statement. But if you feel like that statement is off, that is your sign from your inner being saying, but we're not done here, you know. So take that however that resonates with you. But I feel for most of you guys, it is a done deal. It's over and we moved on. But it built so much beautiful stuff with all these rainbow energy here. But there's something to like decide, okay, there is an opportunity for me to go back into a certain relationship. And I think that you maybe actually are considering doing that. And what I feel now is what Source is coming through with is, I can't say it in any other way, but you're worth more. You're worth more. There's somebody else that suits you better. This is yet another relationship that's sort of added on to what you know whether it was something that maybe half of it was beautiful and you want that to be in the next person and half of it was not so beautiful, and you know even more so what you want in a new relationship. And I just have to say, because there's a bit of back and forth, it's probably your energy that I pick up on, that is like a bit, on Monday you want to be back together with them, and on Wednesday it's like, thank God I'm not back with them. So it's a bit of, it's not this. Step into this. Aquarius, this is who you are. You become the magician. When you're sort of in that mindset, when you're in that frame of energy, there's no dabbling. There's no, what do you say? There's no like back and forth. There's no, velig is what I would say in Swedish. I don't really know a good word for that. For what I mean, there's no roller coaster, up and down, can't decide. Richard for ambivalent. Is that the same? I'm just gonna drop it. It's not. You're looking for this straight energy. You're looking for a stable energy, not straight energy in the sense of, you know what I mean. You're looking to be more solid in your energy so that you can feel from that solid place what it is that you want, so you can choose what you want for yourself. Okay, so you need to go maybe into meditation, maybe go out in nature and sort of clear that energy up so that you feel more on a stable course. Because it's the yes no, that's the thing that is draining you. That's the thing that sort of has the universe giving you signals to when you say yes, and then giving you signals to when you say no. So you might actually even attract readings that, so one reading, you will attract a reading, and in that reading you will be clear that yes, okay, so they told me that I'm going to go back. And then you attract another reading, and from that reading you understand, or no, I shouldn't go back. I probably shouldn't go back. And then here this reading is like, I'm telling you to not go back, but I'm also telling you if that doesn't sit well with you and you feel like you should go back, then you should go back. It's like a back and forth. It's sort of a up and down a bit energy, and you're the only one who can clear that out. And therefore, when you clear that out and you become more solid and more stable in your energy, you're going to start to attract the evidence of what you need to do. I think that was very clear. I think you know what I mean. And for the majority of you, what I feel when you sort of allow yourself to reach higher is that you have surpassed, is that what you say? Surpassed this relationship, and there's a higher type of relationship coming in for you. That's what I'm picking up here. I don't want to confuse you even more, but I do want to say that sometimes guys, you might think that this is a done deal and we are so fast to sort of get out the door and this is not for me. not thinking that it's me that can change something, and if I just sit and become clear myself, I will start to attract something different from my person. That can happen as well. But you know, if you're sitting there arguing with me right now, like, oh, believe me, I tried. I'm not telling you to stay in something that you're not supposed to stay in. I'm just saying, organize your energy, get your ducks in a row, get your energy straight, get your energy straightened out. Like, higher the energy, higher the vibration, be solid in that, and you will see what the good outcome is here. But there's an ending here. It's like you did everything you could. Now let you have some fun. Now it's like, move on, make a decision and move on. Make a decision and be with this person and full on be with this person, or make a decision and move on and fully move on. There's some sort of, and I don't think this is for everyone. I think that's for a couple of you. And then we have this beautiful, the highest possible energy ever, like whatever. Ace of Raphael. So we have 3 Raphael cards coming out. Raphael is all about healing the heart, healing of the heart, bringing you that whole love, speaking about the heart matter for you. So the highest type of love, the highest type of healing is here. And it's the dolphins playing in the back. I just love those dolphins there. They're sort of from a different dimension. They're so high in their energy. You could be dealing with a water sign. What is that? Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, is that? I think it is. A water sign. The dolphins, they're just playing with each other. They're so happy-go-lucky. They're carrying such a high frequency. So if you're in vicinity of that, when you're here, that is you. But that is also them, because it shows that it's the two of you coming together. And on the bottom it says, a positive new emotional experience, fulfilling romantic relationships, deep and lasting spiritual insights. Absolutely love it. So the journey that you're upon right now, it is like you're deciding your way there. It's almost like you're taking, it's like a little, you're finding your, almost like a fish, dolphin. That's more like a shark. Anyway, it's like you're following the breadcrumbs. You're following your, it's almost like a vacuum moment, like a pause in time. And I get this, I mean, depending on when you listen to this reading, but when I'm recording this reading, we're still in this pandemic isolated situation, and I guess you could call that a pause, but there's something to it energy wise. Anyway, it feels like even though we were not in sort of lockdown or quarantine, or however your situation looks like, depending on where you live in the world, I feel like this pause would have happened anyway. There's like it's not like you're not doing anything. It's just that I feel like it's not such a rush for you to jump into this new relationship. You're in a really good place where you just feel your way through. It's just a feeling through it all, which is really gorgeous, because it will land you with your person. It's a couple playing here. They're carrying the same frequency. Obviously, you couldn't attract anything that is too far away from your own frequency or vibration. But it's like it's showing of a beautiful relationship coming in. So playful, so harmonious, so light, and so sort of outerworldly, another dimension feeling to it. Absolutely gorgeous. Yet another green border, yet another Raphael card. So it's strongly talking about the healing of your heart, the mending of everything, feeling really good about yourself, coming into this gorgeous place. This is a 3 of Raphael. 3 for me is all about passion, creativity, joy, laughter, bringing the awesomeness back into your life. And there's a huge ship in the back, like the ship is coming in. This is something that you want. It's a 3. It's the emphasis of 3 here, because it's the number 3 on the card, and it's also 3 women. This could be a very strong female. We could be talking about a female Aquarius here. But it could also be that you are, depending on, it doesn't matter whether you're a woman or a man, but you could be dealing with 3 people. It could be you have an ex that you're thinking about whether you want to go back to or not, and then there might be 2 other people that are actually now involved in your life that you're dating or sort of having a good eye for, or they're having a good, there might be just a 3-person situation here. You know if it is, but other than that, it feels like coming together and have fun. And this mermaid, the mermaid and dolphins, I feel like they're having sort of similar energies. It's really cool energy here. This beautiful mermaid is also dressed completely in green. So there's sort of they just want to show that you're sort of in a similar place. Absolutely gorgeous. On the bottom it says reasons to celebrate. Yay! A community of friends, happy announcements regarding relationships or children. So it really is a time to have fun. Just follow what feels right to you, and you will land in this. I don't know why I use that exact expression. If you're flying somewhere, you will land. But you will land together. You will land coming together with this beautiful person. Or if you're in a committed relationship or separated, I feel like this is the next step for you to come together and just have fun in this playful energy. I'm going to draw more cards in the extended and see what I can find out about this relationship. So if you feel drawn to it, please come to the extended. That is in the description box. Other than that, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you back in a week. Take care, guys. Bye.